Oh, wow. Wow. So good to be with you guys today. My name is Christine Elder, and what I'd like to share with you today is the embodiment and the emanation of the energy of Christiel. So I'd love for you to take a breath without knowing what that is. And to know that it's fine to have no idea what that is, and to not have that mean anything to you. Yeah, and what a relief not to know. But to be ready like a child at Christmas, and you just know you have presents, and they're for you, and it's going to be good. And in this case, the present is you. Because this thing, this energy that I love to embody and emanate and share is you as well. I have no personal claim to it. I've simply said yes. Let's take a nice deep breath with that. So what's been coming in for me is that this energy, this opening, it's really, it's a cosmic portal that we are experiencing now, is beyond the paradigm that we are most familiar with here on Earth, in this planet, in this dimension where we agree on consensual reality. It just reminded me of consensual sex. It's like, well, it's better that way, then we at least all agree. We're all in. So consensual reality is when we all go, yeah, this is what's here. And this thing that we're going to experience and share is beyond what we've agreed on, for the most part, which is part of what makes it so beautiful and exciting and wondrous and unknown, and also as intimately familiar as our own breath. Yeah. So it's beyond the paradigm of light and dark. It's beyond the paradigm of good and bad, of right and wrong. So imagine for a minute if you never had to think about, experience, even consider right and wrong ever again. What would that feel like? In your body? In your mind? Like your mind didn't have to figure it out anymore? Oh wait, we're done with that? We're done with right and wrong? So just take another breath without knowing what any of that means. We don't need to know. Isn't it beautiful that the knowing of the being that we are is always transcendent of anything that we can think or even anything that we can experience? Because our experience is tied to our perception. So what if we moved beyond that too? So in my experience and awareness, and really what I'm called to share, like I said, to embody and to emanate, it's a Christed consciousness. It's beyond the universe that we live in of polarity. It's a Christed consciousness of unconditional love and from the archangelic realms. And the archangelic realms that are beyond even what we think of in the world that we live in. What if there's more? There's always more, right? So what if we just go, wow, whatever it is, there's more. Whatever it is, there's more. And actually, I have no idea what it is. So first thing I'd like to do, because it's a funny thing, isn't it, to think, oh, I can embody the entirety of the universe and Christed consciousness and archangelic realms, and I'm in this human body, and you know what? It actually doesn't really feel like that a lot of the time. That's a nice idea. I'm totally on board with the idea, yeah, but there are a few other things maybe that are in our experience that might be, we might perceive as at odds with that. So I'd invite you to take something in your field, in your awareness, in your life, in your experience. It could be today. It could have been at the meal you just ate. It could be something that's going on in your body right now. It could be a situation that is challenging for you and it just simply feels like it'll never go away. Or it could be a place where you feel like, you know what? I've actually never been without that suffering. I don't actually know what that feels like. I actually have no idea. I would love to know, and I don't even know if I can think for sure that it's out there, because sometimes when I do, I get disappointed again. Stuff like that. anything like that, or anything else that might be interested in this moment of meeting this energy, of meeting this unconditional, Christed, archangelic love. I'd invite you to just kind of take it from your mind and put it out on a little shelf in front of your forehead. Just set it out there. Whoop. And you kind of put it out there like, like it's a little toy on a shelf that's pretty empty, and it's just there, and you just set it there. And I'll start with a little toning just for that. And the nice thing is you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to track with the experience. You don't even have to remember what the item is that you set out on your shelf. Your heart knows. You've already thought about it. Nice. And you can't get it wrong. You can't pick the wrong thing. Did you know that everything leads to the same thing? So just choose. Out there on the shelf, in front of your mind. There is a part of you, a part of us, that knows what it is to be beyond light and dark. And isn't that nice? Isn't that such a comfort that you are that? Because it's what you are. You're beyond that. You always have been beyond that. We always have been beyond that. And how freaking amazing are we that we can convince ourselves that we're limited, that we don't know that we are stuck. Wow. I think we're kind of brilliant that way. And it's kind of annoying too sometimes. So here's the interesting thing about this space that's like the whole universe in the same space that we are that maybe we haven't experienced yet. The way into it in your experience, the way into it in our heart, the way into it in our lives. I'm talking about the actual embodiment of non-duality, of non-polarity, of Christed consciousness. The way toward it is in our awareness, because it's here, and it's always been here, and the thing that varies is our awareness. We're brilliant with our awareness. And the way that the awareness shifts is by actually going into the contrasts. Kind of seems counterintuitive, right? Like it feels like, well, if that's beyond our consensual reality, but perhaps more real, well, then maybe then I don't have to have dark experiences. Maybe I don't have to have pain. Maybe I don't actually have to have that on the plate, because that gets old. But what if the way toward what we're talking about and the way into it in embodiment is with the full open yes, I will refuse nothing. I will say no to nothing. You know why? Because it's me. It's me, and it's here, and it's my experience, and I won't say no to anything of me because I love me that much. If I am a prostitute, if I hurt people, if I feel hate in my heart, you know what? I won't say no. If I'm a tyrant, I actually won't say no. What? Isn't the way beyond that to say no to that? What if we say yes? And in saying yes, we leave it behind forever. Take a nice deep breath. What if God is asking to be embodied in you so fully that there is nothing you would refuse, because God is everything? What if also God prepares us with the courage in our heart to be it all, because we already are? But what if our awareness gets to catch up with that? Wow. So I'm pausing for just a moment. I'm like, are there any questions? I know this isn't Q&A, but that's what I'm tuning into with you guys right now. Yeah. So let's do one more, do a toning that's for the thing that you wish you wouldn't have done. Where you felt like you were not being divinity because you were this. You were hating somebody. You were angry. You were filled with disgust and loathing for yourself or somebody else because you were mean. Bring up something that you're like, I feel like that is off limits to me because I've been this. Okay. Give you a minute. Usually doesn't take us too long. We humans are good at that part. See, we're skilled at everything, actually. So bring that up. God, you know what? If it just weren't for the fact that I was that I did that, here we go, you got it. So I'll do a little more toning for that. Tone in your heart along with me. You are this emanation. You are this embodiment. What would it feel like to be both? That's all. You are it. So just, if you're open to that, you just go, okay, I'll do that too. And that's all you really need to give is your intention and your participation. And at the same time, you brought up that energy, so here it is. And we get to all be this amazing space of this non-dual, non-polarized energy together, like for our very selves and for the whole planet and for all of the planets and all the universes. Okay, so here it comes. That thing I just wish I wasn't. for your pain. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for the miracle you are. You've always been a miracle. You've always been the love of God. Would you be willing to open more deeply than you've gone into all that you are, so that God can have God's way with you? You're an emissary of God. You're an energy burst of God. You can't actually be anything else. But how beautiful and miraculous and amazing to have that in your experience, in your cells, in your body, in your voice, in your eyes. It's what you are. It's what you've always been. And every single part of your experience and your life and everything you feel and everything you've done is all part of it. All. Such love. You are. Oh my God, thank you for showing it. Thank you for being it. Oh. Thank you.